Say dada.
Yeah, mama. Good job.
Now say dada. Dada. Dada.
Orion was born September 7th, 2017. We didn't have any concerns. We actually did a little bit of extra testing. Everything came back wonderful, and he hit all of his milestones, and nothing was out of the ordinary. He was a bit of a fussy baby, but he got all of his teeth early, so we always just chalked it up to that.
He's just a happy child. He's constantly into everything. He loves to just constantly, his favorite toy would probably be the cabinets. The more that you don't want him in it, the more he wants to be in it, so.
He loves when you like twirl him around, you swing him in the air, like anything that's surprising or exciting.
Yes, he likes to be surprised a lot.
Yes, he likes to be surprised.
If you scare him, he cracks up. Is mama?
They came in January and said everything was wonderful with him. He was just 2 marks below for gross motor skills. They wanted to, have an occupational therapist and a speech therapist come once a month, and then physical therapy twice a month. She said that she noticed something called low tone. She wanted him to be evaluated by the pediatrician and maybe get a referral up to Dornbecker, the Children's Hospital in Portland. What became really important to me to have him seen right away was Orion lost all of his words. When he stopped saying mama, he had started to stand independently in January. In February, he stopped and acted like he was in pain. And so she said, since he was regressing so quickly, that we could have him seen at the emergency room up at the Children's Hospital. His blood results at that point seemed normal. All the doctors said, we noticed that something's wrong. We can't tell what. All of his genetic testing came back and everything's fine, but there's something called whole exome sequencing, and it's going to look at every single piece of DNA.
It was just kind of scary because we knew something was just a little bit off, but you couldn't really put your finger on it.
We had to sign quite a few waivers saying that if something does come back, only 30% of the tests come back with anything. And if it does, it's not going to be curable. They know very little about it. So if we do find out, we probably won't be able to do anything for him. Do we still want to know? Well, we did, because we don't want to push him too hard. We don't want to push him to walk if he can never walk.
We want to be able to help him as best as we can.
Absolutely. Yeah, a week and a half later, we got the call, and she said she wanted to see us the next day. She sat us down and said that Orion had a really rare genetic disorder called Witteveen-Kolk syndrome. There's only one study that she could find that was done in 2016. There was 13 people in the study. That would make Orion the 14th in the world that they know of, and that it causes organ abnormalities, global development delay, mild mental handicap, immunodeficiency. So they didn't really know. There was some kids that had this, some kids that had this, and some of them had some similarities, but they couldn't really know what Orion would have. People automatically think that genetic means it's inherited. And we have to stress that, hey, neither Jeremy or I have this genetic disorder. We aren't carriers for this disorder. This is something, unique to Orion. he just had the tethered cord release, so his cord can move freely in his spine. He took his first steps over Father's Day weekend, and he's now starting to walk and stand independently. He's getting more speech therapy to help. He's a very happy kid now that he's got that tethered cord release. He's been super sweet. You know, you anticipate them getting sick, maybe needing, going to the hospital for a broken arm. I don't think anyone expects their child to get cancer, rare genetic disorders.
As far as we know, he should develop. Normally, it'll just take a lot longer.
We don't know what he's going to have. We don't know what he's going to need. Mercy Foundation, since we were emotionally and financially, we were doing all of this on our own, they wanted to just provide us a little bit of relief somehow, helping us with transportation and food, and in the amount of time that we've spent up there, it's a lot of help.
It was also really nice how fast they were able to respond. It was really hard for us because I was furloughed at that point, and we hadn't got a paycheck in over a month, so it was tough, and the Mercy Foundation was able to step in and help us pay for gas just to get up there. And
it's a long journey, and we're glad that somebody can be there with us and that we're not completely alone. I hope that he gets to do what normal kids can do. I hope he gets to run and play. I hope he gets to meet someone special someday. I really just want him to be happy and succeed in life, and I hope that we're giving him everything that he needs to do that.
I'm right along the same way. I really hope that Orion just gets to live a normal life, experience all the great things I've experienced. Someday he can decide to go travel the world, and
I think you hope he gets to hunt with you someday.
Orion, did you go poopy?